What's up, family? You already know who it is. It's your favorite author and storyteller, Matt D. Talford. And this is going to be another quick, impromptu, on-the-road version of Matty's Rap. What are we talking about today, Matt? We're talking about the words of the Messiah that actually flew right beneath the radar. It went right underneath the radar. Or for most people, even a lot of people that study scripture, this went right over a lot of people's heads. They didn't even get this, all right? What am I talking about? I'm talking about, and I don't have the scripture in front of me, but the words, he that hath an ear, let him hear. Very, very, very powerful words that flew right under the radar. What made those words so powerful, Matt? Those words were actually an activation. They were an activation, and most people don't realize it. They were an activation akin to the activation in the first chapter of Genesis. What activation am I talking about there? The one that said 4 words. Let there be light. Okay? Let there be light. That was an activation. Because the light came on after that, right? Now watch this. He that hath an ear, let him hear. He that hath an ear, let him hear. Those are 8 words. 8's an important number too. 8 is the number of infinity. You take the infinity symbol and turn it sideways, you got the number 8. You take the number 8 symbol and turn it sideways, you got the number infinity. Okay? Or the symbol for infinity. So, what he did was an infinite activation for anybody that heard those words at that time and anybody that heard those words in the future. But let me back up a bit. Not just anybody. He was speaking to those that the spiritual ear had been placed into, those that had the solar ear, the ear that came to this life with them. He was speaking to the souls of certain individuals. Who were those individuals? They were the individuals that had the ear. So what he did in effect was he turned on that supernatural hearing. He activated that clairaudience. He activated that clairaudience. So he was actually speaking to, I try to tell you guys, the chosen ones have been around since the beginning of time. A lot of people get caught up in, you see a lot of people get caught up in the term Israelite. Oh, I'm Israelite, I'm a seed of Jacob. You know what? Let's go back, okay? Because Jacob's grandfather, all right? Jacob's grandfather was not an Israelite. Jacob's daddy was not an Israelite, right? So don't get hung up in this whole Israelite. There's some chosen ones out there that are not Israelites. I know that's going to rub some of y'all the wrong way. There's some chosen ones out there that are not of the seed of Jacob, but their souls are still chosen. So y'all get off that whole hang up with feeling like, okay, I'm in. What did the scripture say? The scripture said many were going to come, and this was the prophecy that the Messiah dropped. He said many were going to come from the east and the west and sit down with who? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. But the children of the kingdom will be cast into outer darkness. So y'all listen. Don't get caught up in that. So I'm going to wrap this video up. Again, when he said, he that hath an ear, let him hear, he was speaking to that thing that was placed already inside of them and activating it. You see, the mechanism for the light to be turned on when the Most High said, let there be light, was already in place. So what he did was he activated it. So when he said, he that has an ear, let him hear, that was an infinite activation. He was turning on the switch. And so those that had the ear, they heard it. But for everybody else, hey, man, let's go hear this guy, man. There's this guy out of Nazareth, man. And, man, he's got this powerful, man, we got to go hear this guy talk, man. This guy's a great motivational speaker. He's a motivational speaker to some. To some, I'd even argue that he was entertainment. But to the chosen ones, he was that master teacher. And he turned on their hearing. He activated it. And he gave them a message. You see, what he did was he activated those that were going to carry that message forward. So his enemies in the religious establishment, yes, his enemies in the religious establishment. I told you he was not a religious man. His enemies in the religious establishment thought that they had defeated him. Little did they know they lost when he showed up. They lost when he showed up. All right? The Bible is not a religious book. All right? It is history of a certain people. It is prophecy concerning those people and the world. And it is a book of spiritual principles that anybody can apply. Okay? Anybody. If you grab hold of those principles, you can live very powerfully, but not just powerfully, righteously. Because there's some powerful people out there that are unrighteous. But the unrighteous will never be more powerful than the righteous. Darkness can never trump light. When the light shows up, the darkness has to go. It's the law of the universe. Light and dark cannot exist in the same space. They cannot. So, he that hath an ear, let him hear. Those were the 8 powerful words spoken by the Messiah that flew right underneath the radar. They didn't even realize what was happening, but he activated the internal ear of the chosen ones. He activated that 6th chakra. Y'all hear me talk about that all the time. He activated that third eye chakra. That is the center of your perception. You perceive with your eyes, you perceive with your ears. Now, you can perceive with your skin too, like you can perceive if something is hot or cold, but we're not talking about that. That's physical. That's physical perception. We're talking about spiritual / energetic perception. Your energy zones are your eyes. Your spiritual energy zones are your eyes and ears. And there's one more. You got the dominant spiritual energies are feminine. Okay, you got the third eye chakra, the 6th chakra. I'm going off the rails a little bit, but y'all stay with me because I'm gonna wrap this up. The dominant spiritual energies are feminine energies. Your third eye chakra, that's chakra number 6. That's feminine. That's a feminine energy zone. Your heart, that's a spiritual feminine energy zone. You feel with your heart, so that's another spiritual energy zone. All right, and then your sacral chakra. That's kind of that's kind of a hybrid. It's kind of physical and spiritual, but it's feminine. It's a feminine zone too. But there's one spiritual energy zone that is masculine energy. Because remember, everything's balanced with the Most High. Everything is balanced. Everything he creates in a balance. Nothing that he's created is ever imbalanced. Everything is perfectly balanced. So you have a masculine energy zone that is spiritual as well. That's that throat chakra, speech. You speak words. Words are not visible. They're experienced. They're perceived. Okay, words on a page are perceived by the eyes. Words as sound are perceived by the ears. Words on a page are perceived by the ears too. That's another mystery. Y'all check out that KRS-One video where he's talking about the 5th dimension. Check that one out. I went off the side road. Let me get back on the main road. He activated those spiritual energy zones in the chosen ones by saying, he that hath an ear, let him hear. He was speaking to those souls that had the ear. So by him saying that, everybody didn't wake up and everybody wasn't activated. Why? Because that gift was not put into everybody. He was only speaking to those that were going to carry that message forward, and not all of them were disciples. Y'all got to understand the mysteries of the Most High God and how he works. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. All right, family, I could go on about this because it gets me excited. But he who hath an ear, let him hear what I'm saying today, all right? If you got an ear, you are already plugged in. You are already plugged in. Listen, family, I'm going to wrap this one up. I didn't tell y'all this was going to be a quick video. That's probably why it's quick. All right, listen, you guys, I'm going to end this one like I do all of them. Tell somebody you love them and mean it. How do you mean it? You got to show it. Love is an action word. An action word is a verb. Love is also a noun. It is a state of being. It's a state. But the more important aspect of love is the verb, the action. If you focus on the verb that is love, the noun always takes care of itself. For there to be love, you have to create love. You have to show love. You have to be the love that you want to see and experience. This earth is going back to a love state. It is. And anybody who ain't vibing on that love frequency, the reality is going to be a lot different. All right? Heaven is going to be on earth. Heaven is going to be right here on earth. Y'all understand that? Ain't nobody going up to the sky to some ethereal place. Heaven's going to be right here on earth. But for some, hell is going to be right here on earth. Which one, which state of being you experience is probably going to have a lot to do with the frequency that you're vibrating at. That's why I always talk about vibrating high. Love is like among the highest vibrational frequencies there is. There are. Is, are. Who cares? All right. I'm a writer, and if I were writing this, it would be correct by the time the book got published. Anyway, family, I love y'all. Peace.